Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am back with another long video, but this one is a journal with me. I haven't done a journal with me in such a long time. And so yeah, this is a very long journal with me. This is a catch up. And so I'm giving you a peek into how I've been journaling lately because I don't think I've ever filmed a journal with me like this, like in my little scrappy A6 journals that I've been keeping. These are like it's a memory keeping. It's like creative memory keeping. It's part junk journal. It's sometimes part art journal. It's like anything goes journal. Like I literally whatever I feel like it is, that's what goes into this journal. Lately it's been a mixture of like memory keeping and junk journaling and just a lot of writing, like writing out what happened in days and things like that. But I have been keeping a lot more junk of like my daily life. And that has been going into this journal. As you can see here, I am like cutting up. That's, I think, a straw wrapper. I have receipts. I have like business cards and all sorts of things. And it all goes in here. Pretty much everything goes in here. If it's cute packaging from something that I buy, that goes in here. If it's a cute tag, like I keep those things. And but also I document like my life. I print out all my pictures and I do the journaling and all the things. So it's like a mixture of ephemera of my life, my photos, my journaling. Yeah, it's like a scrapbook, but not like how I used to scrapbook in a way. I just love working in these particular journals in this way. And so this is how I've been journaling lately. Like, I have been just doing this. Usually, I would, have my watch later list on YouTube, and I have all the videos that I wanted to catch up on, and most of them are journaling videos. And so I just sit there and watch all of those videos and work in my journal at the same time. And so it's literally like Lydia's videos, February and June. I have Allie Brown's videos. I have Junie's videos. Like I just have like everybody's videos. I just put them all in like a watch later because I don't watch them as they come out. And usually I end up having like a good chunk of watch later for like multiple weeks in there. And then I just binge watch pretty much while I journal because this journal with me actually took me about 4 hours, I think I want to say. I sat at my little table for about 4 hours getting everything in from like when I kind of left off. And yeah, so I need those I need those videos to keep me company for that long. Even though this video isn't 4 hours because I've sped everything up. But yeah, that's usually how long it takes me. And so I don't even know how many weeks worth of stuff just sitting on my desk. If you saw in the beginning, that pile of stuff. And so the first thing that I do is I kind of sort through it and kind of sort it out chronologically. And then I get everything into the journal. And so I place all of the ephemera, all of the photos, all of the stickers, all the things that I've collected for like those events, those days that I want to document, and I sort them out and I get them into the journal first. I leave space, like I have a lot of like writing spots and everything in this journal, and I leave that space intentionally for the journaling. So you'll see here that like I'll just like jump around and do a bunch of things. Right now I'm trying to create this little pocket with this. It's one of those like paper bags that you get when you purchase something. I wanted to keep it and put it in my journal, and I turn them into a pocket to hold like all the business cards and little bits of ephemera like that, that usually I'll get into the journal as well, but it's just so quick and easy to just put them all in a pocket. And so I do print out all of my photos. I will leave a link down below to the photo paper that I use. So I use to print my photos, I use my Epson PictureMate printer, and I'll leave a link to that too. You can find that pretty much anywhere. And I print on 4x6 sticker paper. This is a beautiful sticker paper that Azari mentioned, I think, in probably an Instagram post or Insta story. And I was like, ooh, I'm going to check that out. I get it on Amazon, and it's perfect. It's perfect what I need. It's already 4x6, and I just feed it into my Epson and it prints out the 4x6. I usually print 2 photos per 4x6 sheet of paper. And then I cut them up, and then all I have to do is peel the back and stick them down. And the photo quality is pretty good. Like, it's decent for me for this journal. I mean, when I travel, I tend to use my little Canon Ivy, and the print quality on using my Epson on this photo paper is like 10 times better than the Canon Ivy. So it suits me. Like, it's good for me, and I love that it's just sticky back. So usually I print 2 pictures per page, like per sheet, and then I'll cut them up, and then I'll have a stack of photos just ready and waiting for me to get into my journal with all the things. And all I have to do is peel and stick, and I love that. It's so handy. What I tend to do sometimes is I'll batch print my photos, and if I want to take my journal with me to like an event or to the park or somewhere else that isn't my home, it's so neat because I won't have to glue anything in. I can take like a teeny tiny glue stick because I don't have to worry about taping in the pictures. Usually I use double-sided tape if it's like a photograph that's printed on photo paper because it'll stick better. I don't have to worry about that because these are sticker paper. It's glossy. I think it's glossy photo sticker paper. I will leave the link. It's on Amazon. I will leave the link in the description box down below, along with the Epson Picture Mate that I use. And yeah, so that's all I'm doing here is sticking in all my stuff chronologically and sticking in the photos. And so usually I'm like really bare bones with this, right? Like if you've been following me since my scrapbooking days, you know that with scrapbooks, I like to like really embellish everything. These little journals, I do not embellish a whole ton. I think for these couple of pages, there were certain photographs that were like by themselves on a page that I, did little vignettes. I added stickers. Normally I'll embellish with stickers because they're flat, but I don't use any thicker embellishments. I love my doilies, so most of the photos get backed with doilies if they're like featured photos, right? But for the most part, it's stickers. And I've been collecting a heap of stickers. I think for the most part for this journal, I've been using my Cocoa Daisy kit stickers. I think the kit that I've been using is Flutterby, which is the one for August. And I've been using the stickers from that, but I use all sorts of stickers in this, and I use washi tape a lot. So if you saw those little cards, so one is a acrylic card from a Cocoa Daisy kit that I've wrapped washi around. And then the other one, the larger one, is actually a Hobonichi Weeks pencil board that I have that I've wrapped more tapes. And most of the tapes that I use are from Nazi, from Amity Bloom. I absolutely love her tapes. And actually, I have a stack of new tapes from her recent release literally sitting on the desk like right next to me. It's kind of off camera, and I do go into that for a few of them. But you see, I have this little Traveler's Notebook Company sticker release book, and all of these stickers are from the Cocoa Daisy Flutterby kit. And so I've been using those to embellish my pages. And I, again, embellish very lightly. Like, I don't go all out with the embellishing, but for a photo like this that it's like by itself on the page, that's when I'll do most of the embellishing. So yeah, so how's everyone doing? I am doing okay. Been very busy just with work and things, and yeah, I just haven't had time to catch up on my journal. So I am mostly catching up on a weekend where I went to New Hope, Pennsylvania, and Lambertville, New Jersey. I think that's what the majority of this journaling here in the beginning is. And then that same weekend, I went to a craft fair and got some things there. And then I think further down, it's just me putting in things from Happy Mail. I ordered a bunch of things, and I like to keep the packaging sometimes if it's really pretty. So I tend to buy earrings from this company called Bittersweet Jewelry, and their packaging is so, so pretty that I always like to include it in my journal. I also kept every single sticker from every single washi tape roll that I bought from Nazi's shop and included it in there. And I believe the last spread that I do in here is documenting Hobonichi season. It's September 4th as I'm recording this voiceover. But I think the last entry that I do here is documenting going to the Yoseka Hobonichi preview party, because I did do that, and just to check out all the Hobonichis and then kind of create my wish list from there. So right now, I think I'm trying to get all the ephemera in from the arts and crafts street fair that I went to in New Jersey. And most of it is from this shop called the Queen's Feather. And it was, I think they sell like journals, handmade journals, and cards and like paper things. And the ladies there were so sweet. I pretty much just saw their booth and I was like, oh, it's paper crafting. I need to go over there and see what that's all about. And it really was. It was like junk journals and ephemera packs and things like that. She had a stamping station. And so what you are seeing here is me fussy cutting all the stamps that I did on loose leaf pieces of paper, because I didn't bring my journal. Like I didn't have my journal on me. So they had paper there where you can like just play around with all the stamps. And so that's what I did. And you know me, I love stamping and then fussy cutting them out and putting them in my journal. They had a really lovely like nature stamp that had all these birds on them, and I just kind of went ham and like did 2 stamps of each of the individual stamps, because I love using these type of stamps and fussy cutting them and using them in my journals. If you remember like kind of how I art journal a lot, I usually use my acrylic stamps to stamp out florals and birds and bees and butterflies, and then I fussy cut them and use them as die cuts. And so that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to die cut like all of the stamp impressions that I made. And I think what I ended up doing, because I wanted to include like a whole heap of them in here, I ended up just creating a spread where it's just one stamp impression of like all the stamps that I stamped out. And so a lot of the stuff that I have here is from that shop. And then I also have like business cards from a few places, and these 2 cute little Halloween cat stickers that I bought from a little girl. It was like, so the booth, like the tent, it was, I think, her mom and maybe a relative or a friend, and the mom and the friend were selling polymer clay charms and those little crocheted little stuffed like animals and stuff like that, and it was all beautiful and everything. But then they had a little table next to like their big table where it had all this little girl's art on it, and it had like, they had a bunch of stickers that this little girl like drew, and I loved the Halloween ones, so I ended up buying 2 of the Halloween cat ones from this little girl, and she had to have been about like 7 years old. And I think one of them I include in my journal, and the other one I end up putting in my Burtonville journal, because that one is the one that I've been using for like October daily. It's been spanning like, God knows, like maybe 3 years at this point. But that one fits, of course, that better. And so I had one of these little paper glycine bags, right? Well, this was a craft bag. And I think, I don't know, something that I bought at the fair came in this, and I decided to tip it in and create like this pocket page. This little die cut that I am meticulously trying to stick onto here, and it's falling apart because it's so delicate and it's on vellum, so it's breaking apart, is from that first shop, the Queen's Feather. It was like, if you bought something, you can rummage through like a box of like just random bits of ephemera and pick what you wanted. So I picked this little vellum die cut, and I'm trying to get it on this page here because I like how it looks against the craft. vellum is so soft, and it's just really pretty, but it's literally falling apart as I'm gluing it. I shouldn't be using this glue stick. I really needed like one of those fine tip glue, those glues. I forget what they're called. The ones that have like the little precise tip. They're like a liquid glue. I would need one of those, but I was just using what I had next to me, which was my Yoo-hoo glue. And so I'm using that pocket to hold all the business cards because I thought about tipping them all into the pages, but after a while, it kind of just looks really, really cluttered. And having them in a pocket is just easier because then I could just keep them all in there and like collect them all in there. And they're kind of out of the way, but they're still in my journal. And so I am here. Oh, I think I end up taping the top of that bag so that the height of it just matches everything else. And I'm using one of Nazi's new washi tapes. And so I did get an order quite recently of all of the new washi tapes. I used them multiple times. I pretty much got the wildflower ones, so the ones that have the pressed flowers. Those like I was like, oh my God, yes. And so I bought the bundles of them so I can get all of the washi tapes in the collection. I will say Nazi's tapes are gorgeous and they sell out so quickly. Like I was trying to get individual rolls of the thicker washi, especially one that I keep missing all the time. And of course I missed it again. But because the single rolls, they tend to sell out really quickly, but like the bundles don't. And so usually if I like more than one design in a bundled collection, I'll just get the entire bundled collection because one, it's easier to get, and two, generally I like all the designs. And so I did get the two bundles that were the wildflower or like the pressed flower ones. And I used some of them here. So this is the spread I was talking about earlier where I decided to do like not a collage, more like a kind of a gallery of all of the stamps that I stamped out. And so I pretty much did 2 stamp impressions of each for the most part. And so I just took one of each and I basically collaged them onto this page. I took out, so I have plenty of these sticker books, and if you see there, that's where I kind of keep all the labels for things that I peel off. So that thank you sticker was from one of the shops. They put it on the bag and I wanted to keep it, and so that ends up in the collage as well. And then eventually all those stickers from Nazi's washi tape also end up in this journal. I do like a couple of page collages of that as well. Just things like that. So that's what I mean by like junk. Like I keep things like that to put into my journal. And yeah, I mean, they represent little snippets of my day, right? Like I got Happy Mail, and so that goes in here. But so yeah, that's what that page ends up doing. Like I wanted to use some of these birds that I stamped and cut out on like other pages, but I think I end up using one on a different page. But for the most part, all of them end up being on that collage page, and I take forever to try to figure out this, and so I just pretty much go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and I am not going to talk through it because that's literally what it is. It's just a back and forth, and eventually they all just end up on this page, but I jump around a bit. But yeah, so that was the craft fair. And one of the ladies from that booth, the Queen's Feather, she convinced me to sign up for a craft fair that's happening in September. I basically like gave them one of my business cards, or I gave each lady one of my business cards, and like they're looking, like I don't know if you've ever ordered from me when I used to sell physical stickers and stuff, but my business cards on the back of them have photographs of like my journals, and so they were looking at them and they're just like, oh my God, these are so pretty. I'm like, yeah, those are like photos of my journals. And the one woman, she was just like, oh my God, girl, you need to be in this fair, like you. And so she was telling me about a fair that was coming up that she had told someone else at the fair, at that street fair that we were at, to like sign up for. And she like she gave me the link, and she was just like, I need to see you there, blah, blah, blah. Like she was like very like, you must be there because this is amazing, even if it's just to display your journals. And so this fair so I ended up signing up for it, but it is like it's almost like an art jury. Like you can display your art, and I guess there are winners for like the best of things, and it's like different categories. So I put myself in the like the mixed media category because literally what I have to display are journals. But I did make some journals. I will be selling some journals at this art fair, and I will be selling some of my sticker designs. I haven't, oh my God, I haven't made stickers in such a long time. And I made some stickers. I actually have a new sticker sheet that I made too that I'm going to be selling. And I made some die cut packs and just things for your journal, like ephemera for your journal. I have not, as I'm filming this, made them, but I'm going to be making some snippet tags. So pretty much how I do my snippet covers. I make these snippet tags. I think I have a video creating snippet tags or snippet library card pockets, basically using my scrap pieces of paper to make tags, like these kind of quilted tags that I run through my sewing machine. So I'll have a few of those as well. And yeah, I don't know what else, but if you're interested, I will leave the information in the description down below, or like in the I'll do a pinned comment with it. But it's in New Jersey. It's in Highland Park, New Jersey, and it's on Sunday, September 14th. So if you are local to that area, Jersey or New York, and you can get to Jersey, I would love to see you. And again, I will leave the info probably in a pinned comment. I haven't done that. That might be the easiest to find, that info. And if you're on my newsletter, I'll probably send out a newsletter, but I'll be there with some journals to display and just a few that I made or I've had made to sell. Not a whole lot, but that woman convinced me. She was so adamant that I needed to be there, and so I'm there. But yeah, so that was the fair, and you saw as I was talking how I glued down all of the bits from Nazi's washi tape order that I did. Here I am collage, I'm just kind of doing like a little vignette, right, of this photograph. My friend actually came to town to catch a couple of matches at the US Open, and so a bunch of us went to meet with her one night, and this is the photo that we all took for it. And so I wanted to get that in here because I was going to journal about it. And so this one I kind of went a little scrappy. Like I have the doilies in the back, and I've used some of this marbled paper. So this marbled paper that I used to like kind of do like a faux border, it's beautiful paper that I got in Florence, and I love the colors of this one. And so I kind of I had some scraps pieces of it left, so I kind of backed it there. I added some washi tape and some stickers, a whole heap of stickers. Like I think I kind of just embellish. I go to town embellishing this one, and it's so fun. And I really, really want to do that more in this journal. Like I don't embellish my pages here. I just got to stick stuff in, and I really want to become a little bit more artsy and creative with how I get my memories down in this journal. And so lately I've been trying to use my stickers because Lord knows I've been collecting so many stickers. Now that I get like a monthly Cocoa Daisy order, I have stickers, and I recently transferred all of my stickers into these A5 sticker books so that I can easily flip through them. And like, I just have a whole heap of stickers. I just collect stickers like a maniac. And like, I got a new sticker book the weekend of that craft fair, and it's just like, you don't need all these sticker books. Like I have all of the American craft sticker books, and I have a couple, I think I have like 2 Happy Planner sticker books, and I have 2 what's the planner that the Hobby Lobby sells. Like I have 2 of their sticker books. And yeah, I just have a lot of those sticker books I keep intact, right? I keep in the sticker book form, but like all of my loose stickers, like I buy at different shops or that I get at Michael's or whatever, I just take them out and I put them into these giant sticker books so that everything is there. And I have 2 of these A5 sticker books. It's wild. Like I have a separate sticker book too for all of my Disney stickers, and like that doesn't even count those. Do you remember those 12 by the 6x12 sticker sheets from like different American craft collections? I have like a whole basket full of those that aren't in any of these sticker books, but like they're in my cabinet with all my scrapbooking stuff that I never use anymore. I never go into there. I need to use my stuff. I need to use my stuff, and I need to stop buying stickers. I'm a sucker for a good sticker. Like I will buy the sticker and then I'll put them in the sticker book and then I would forget that I have them. And yeah, I've been trying really hard to use up my stickers pretty much. So yeah, so this is a lovely tissue paper that came with my bittersweet order, my jewelry order. I ordered a pair of earrings, and isn't it so pretty? It's so pretty that I can't just throw it out. I have to stick it into my journal. So yeah, I kept this lovely wrapping, and on it had all these different kind of illustrations, but also these little phrases that said jewelry is for the artist, jewelry for the inner child, etc., etc. And I just love those little sentiments. So I have cut them into strips and I'm going to glue them onto this page. And you'll see me a little later on fussy cutting all of like the imagery from the tissue paper and kind of gluing those in random spots in like I think 2-page spread. So this spread and the one that's following it, because I do tip in the postcard. So my order did come with a postcard that says "Be a Poem" on the front. And I like keeping those things as well. And so this is the kind of stuff that goes into this journal along with my journaling. Like I use all of these scraps from my life and I use them to decorate the pages, and then I just do my journaling around it. And my journaling is pretty much straight like Dear Diaries type of journaling, I would say. It's like me saying what happened that day and who I hung out with, what I did, what I ate, like things like that. And yeah, and these little pieces of my life are just sort of the embellishments to that, right? But yeah, so anytime that there's a card, like I love, like if I go to a shop and like they have business cards on display, like I ask if I can take one, and that usually ends up in my journal because that is a piece of my day, right? Like I went to this shop or I went to this new store and like this is what came from that. Same with my orders, and like lately like different restaurants I've been eating out quite a bit. And sometimes the restaurants will like give you your check with like a postcard instead of a take the postcard. So that would go in to the journal as well. And if I don't have that, usually their logo is on their receipt. And I know the receipt paper will fade over time, but I like seeing it in my journal, and I do take pictures of my spreads. So I like that in there. And so with the tissue paper, with some of the tissue paper that I'm putting on this page here, this is like a Cocoa Daisy insert that I actually put into the journal. I am using my paintbrush, like my water brush, and this just has water in it. There's nothing, and I'm gluing the tissue paper down, but I'm then going over it with water with my water brush on the edges so that it like blends in. So if you know anything about tissue paper, like you can glue it down. I usually use glue stick and water, but you can use like matte medium or Mod Podge. It's pretty much your decoupaging, and it'll just like it just blends into the page, any page that you put it on. And I love that. And so that's what I was doing here for these two pieces, because I wanted it to blend in with that beautiful background that's on that Cocoa Daisy insert page. And so this is the postcard. You'll see me here. I'm gonna trim it down first before I tip it in, because I don't want things to be too high and to be poking out on both sides of my journal. So these journals, I make them A6 size. And so the pages are slightly smaller than A6, but overall, the size of the journal is A6. So a lot of the times, postcards will fit in perfectly because they're A6 size. I think for the most part here in the States, most of the postcards are 4x6, which is a slightly taller than A6. So sometimes I have to trim it down a little bit height wise before I tip it in if I didn't want like too much overhang. And so that's what I did there. And now I'm just tipping it in with a washi tape, and it'll just live as a page in my journal. And so this page in particular, I think on the other side is a glycine envelope. And That one I use as a pocket, but you'll see in a moment that I take all those little fussy cut pieces, the tissue paper pieces, and I literally just decoupage on top of that glaceine bag, and it turned out really cute. It just gave it like something a little extra in a way, and I use that pocket of that little baggie to hold a couple little bits of ephemera from the following spread, where I document going to Osaka for the Hobonichi release party. And so, yeah, Hobonichi season. Like I said before, it is September 4th as I am recording this. So, Hobonichi Day has come and gone, and the madness with it. But I don't know, for some reason this year I was really invested in Hobonichi, and I think it's because I got back into my A6 Han recently, and like I've really been enjoying journaling in that and just keeping it, and I use it as sort of like my soulscape journal. I think I mentioned that like way back when, and in all those like currently my journals videos. But yeah, I recently got back into it and I absolutely love it. And I'm just like, yes, I'm getting an A6 Han for next year. I'm gonna get the Liberty Fabrics print of it because I want to keep them consistent, and like I love Liberty Fabrics. It's beautiful. Like if you've ever ordered like a half yard or a yard of Liberty fabric, it's beautiful fabric. And I wanted to be consistent and keep my Hobonichi the same fabric. So even before I saw the Liberty fabric design for this year, I wanted to keep it consistent. And I love the Liberty fabric design this year. It is so me. I got to see it in person at Osaka, and it's just pink and pastel and just right up my alley. It's definitely my aesthetic. And so yeah, the Hobonichi preview party was really cool. It's Yoseka has a new event space. It's literally right across the street from their store. And right now they have it set up to display all of the new Hobonichi collection. And you can go and you can see all the covers and all the Hans and all the weeks and like all the like accessories and stationery and stuff that's releasing new for 2026. And you can pick them up, you can touch them, you can flip through them, like all the things. They also have a cute little stamping station. And so you saw me here fussy cut the Hobonichi stamp. They have this little cute stamping station where you can stamp out the official Hobonichi stamp, and you can turn that stamp into a pin. And so I did that. I did 2 stamps. I did one to turn into a pin, and then the other one I just kept on a piece of paper so that I can include it into my journal, which I am doing right now. And so that was cute. That was like a cute thing that you got to leave the preview party with a Hobonichi pin that you made at their stamp station. And so yeah, I ended up like creating my wish list. Like I had favorites, right? When they released the new line, like when Hobonichi released the lineup, I went through and I favorited a bunch of things that I liked. And I just kind of made a little collage of them. And I think I printed them out a little too small, but I end up fussy cutting them and just sticking them into this page and like just jotting down what each thing is. And overall, this is my wish list. Now, it's been 3 days since, well, it's been like 4 days since the release, and I will say that I did not get everything on this wish list because holy cow, was the Hobonichi prices really, really expensive. And then the shipping price was astronomical. And then the tariff price on top of that was like double. Like it was shipping again. Ridiculous. So not all of these things came home with me, but I got what I wanted for the most part. So I really, really wanted a lot of the pouches this year. I loved the pouches this year, but I realized that the tariff price, like the tariffs for things increase with every pouch you put into your cart. Like those were heavily tariffed. And I think it's because I think they're made in China, and so it's a different percentage. And so I did not get any of the pouches. I did get the new Liberty Fabric Stoppo, even though I didn't need another Stoppo. but I have ideas for it, and I absolutely love the Stoppo that I have. It's so handy to organize things and like so I like to journal. When I like to journal, I like to journal in kits. Like I like to create kits and then use that particular kit for that specific journal. And I absolutely loved, loved like having everything in the Stoppo so organized. And so I have ideas for this new Stoppo. It's going to be for this journal idea that I've been collecting pieces for, but I haven't actually made the journal yet. And so I think that that Stoppo is going to be an organization tool for that kit. I love the Stoppo. They're so cute and they're so handy. And I like how they can just sit in my desk and have like all the things at display. Because I am that type of person that if my supplies are hidden away in like a cabinet or in a shelf or something, it's like out of sight, out of mind. I forget that I have a certain thing and then I will never use it and it'll just sit there. I need to have things right in front of my face on my craft desk for me to actually use them. And so a lot of the times I just have piles of stuff in different sorts of pouches. Like I use my Delphonics pouches too, but I don't know, something about the Stoppo that I really, really like. Like it keeps everything organized, but then you can just flip the flap over and it just sits on your desk, sort of like a pencil case. And it's just easier to like pull from compared to the Delphonics pouches. I don't know. I think the Delphonics pouches things can get a little lost and hidden, and it's kind of not hard. I tend to use my Delphonics pouches as purses, to be quite honest. I have a small mint one that I use like as a little purse, and like I put my wallet and my keys, and I wear it crossbody style when I go out. And I do the same thing for my medium pouches. I have two medium pouches. I have the powder blue, which is like the periwinkle purple one, and then I have the light blue one, and I tend to use those as purses instead of like stationery organizers. I do sometimes use them as stationery organizers, but I don't know, they don't work out that way. They work really well as like purses for me personally. I just like the structure of a Stoppo. I love my Stoppo. And so that was really the only one that I got. I didn't get any of the drawer pouches, and I really, really liked the Yumi Kirigishi one, as well as the Liberty Fabrics one. I loved this year's Liberty Fabrics print. It is so pretty and it's so me, but I really loved that Yumi Kirigishi drawer pouch. And I didn't get it. And I didn't get it because, again, the tariff price on it, but also like it's this polyester material. Like I don't really collect Hobonichi covers at all. I only have one Hobonichi cover, and it's the Blossoms cover from I think 2022. And that one's a fabric embroidered cover. So I never really knew what the polyester covers felt like. And the Yumi Kinigishi covers are polyester and the pouches are that polyester material. And I'm not a huge fan of it, but I love the print of them. It's so pretty. I love the Yumi Kinigishi stuff this year. It is adorable. And I really wanted one, but I didn't get it. But yeah, so what I did end up getting that I really loved. Again, Liberty Fabrics. I knew I wanted the Han straight out. And when I saw it at Yoseka, I was like, yes, that's coming with me. Because on the screen, I wasn't really sure about the Liberty Fabrics print. Like I was a little iffy. But then when I went to Yoseka and saw it, I was like, oh my God, this is so pretty. I ended up getting the cover, the A6 cover. So I ended up having to get an original Techo with it. That wasn't my plan. I just wanted the cover. But of course, I had to get the notebook with it. I normally don't get covers, but that one was really, really pretty and I kind of wanted it. I really love the IO, oh my God, I forgot the name. The embroidered covers. They just kind of weren't my aesthetic, but they were really, really pretty. I would have gotten the A6, but I was like, it's not really your style, even though you kind of love it. I love anything fabric and embroidered. Like, I would love to get my hands on a true Mina Perhonen piece cover. They haven't really come out with the style that I really, really liked. The only one that I really liked was the Spring Mix one from this year, but that like sold out like really, really quickly. And I loved those patterns. I do have my faux Mina Perhonen. It's a faux Hobonichi cover that I got from Happy Scrappy. And again, I love it. I love the textures of all of the different fabric pieces on the covers. I just like fabric covers. I mean, that's why I make my journals out of fabric. covers because I just love the feel of a fabric cover. So yeah, I basically stuck with the Liberty Fabrics collection, and I got the A6 Han, like I said I wanted to get. I also treated myself to the A6 cover, and then I got the Stoppo, the Liberty Fabrics Stoppo. I also got a couple of pencil boards, and like I really wanted to get like a notebook and again the pouches, but I didn't get any of the accessories because just that stuff alone was astronomical. And I ordered directly through Hobonichi, and this is my second time ever ordering directly from Hobonichi, and it went smoothly. I mean, the site didn't work for like the first maybe half hour, and then it did, and you ended up in like a queue. And I had everything in my cart, took things out, and went back and forth for a while with that. But everything went smoothly, and yeah, I'm excited to finally get a Hobonichi pen because I never actually got an exclusive Hobonichi pen like ever. And yeah, honestly, I could have ordered stateside and I would have only saved myself $9. Isn't that insane? So I really like the little robot and at the pen, and I was just like, you know what? That's worth the $9 for me just to get it directly from Hobonichi. But anyway, I really hope everyone had a smooth Hobonichi order if they ordered from Hobonichi and if they got everything they want and they weren't completely shocked at all the prices because wow, expensive this year. And yeah, planner season is here. We're in September. Isn't that crazy? So I do all of my journaling off camera, but I am sharing with you here a flip through of how the pages turned out. Yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this journal with me and just me rambling throughout the whole journal with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I guess I will see you all in the next video, which I need to go film. I have a list of video ideas that I want to film, so I'm trying to be good on YouTube again. It's going to take me a bit. I need to find the time. But thank you so much for watching, friends, and I will see you when I see ya. Bye.